Our last piece of news for the day, something that's going to get Scott's blood really flowing to some strange places,
Well,
is Marvel are working on another new series. We talked about Runaways last week. The rumor is that they're also workshopping a New Warriors TV show, which they are trying to find a buyer for, really.
I'll buy it.
And the
Stuart Byrne.
apparently the leader of that team is going to be Squirrel Girl. New Warriors, I don't know much about. For you guys, if you don't know, they are a younger sort of team. They're the kind of incarnation that was probably most well known. Appeared in Civil War 1, and I think they were the team that were responsible for that inciting incident where Nuke blows himself up, and that Stanford, I think it was called, town. And that's because they're just kids and they're trying to become famous and they just fucked up or whatever. So it's that sort of probably targeting a different demographic again, leaning a bit more into comedy, like DC are doing with that weird show about insurance adjusters for
Powerless. No, Powers?
Power
no?
something. Not Powers, that's that terrible
No, that's the... Oh,
PlayStation show.
the one with Vanessa Hudgens or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Danny
Danny
Pudi.
Puddy's in it as well.
Yeah, yeah. So this is I think a bit of a response to that, or well, to look at it less cynically, just another way to diversify the market a little bit, a bit of a comedy angle to it. Squirrel Girl will certainly lend to that.
Yes.
Are you excited, Scott?
I am. I'm excited. Just any new property, like something different, a different take. Obviously the problem is we're doing a TV is it's gonna be 22 episodes. Yes, we're gonna have a storyline that's going through, but we'll do standalone episodes, which isn't a problem if it's like more aimed at kids. Like that's fine. It can be that. I mean, the likelihood of Anna Kendrick being Squirrel Girl is less likely, but what you can do? I don't know. It's cool, and if it finds the right TV studio, like even if this was on ABC, like that'd be cool. I don't think they're gonna do it because I think they're betting themselves with Agent Carter. The only reason they're keeping Shield around is because I'm pretty sure Mal's like just needs to carry on. Also, it's kind of Shield's kind of found its footing now. I don't know. I don't know where it would go.
Alex,
Definitely not NBC.
Alex, you're a TV guy. Like, what kind of thing that already exists would you be able to compare this to? Like, what
Bob's
are we getting?
Burgers.
Sorry?
Bob's Burgers.
Oh my god! If it's anything like Bob's Burgers,
This is going to be the same level of comedy. So it's going to be not mature, but not directed at children. It's going to be animated, and it's going to be on something similar to FX.
Okay.
I think
I don't know where it could go. Though it doesn't.
ABC Family, maybe. That's the sort of genre. This can't. It's not going to be. It's not going to be live action. Not a chance.
It all depends where it goes.
I think if it's going to be comedy, it can only be 30 minutes. It's not going to be above that.
It can't be like a Shield or anything like that. It can't.
So the amount of money they're going to have to spend on effects, if it's live action, they may as well just go down the animated route and be able to do everything and anything.
Well,
I mean, last season of Shield shown us that the TV budget for effects isn't that high. They can do a lot with what they're given, but
it's still...
the fact that you only see Hive from the back once and then once properly
Yeah.
sort of screams that there's only so much they can do. And I think, like with Agent Carter, they probably got burnt on a lot of the effects with that and the cost of it, which is why it went down the Swanee so quickly. So I think we'll be looking at something animated here, particularly with the sort of things they're going to need. Well, I mean, they're going to need talking squirrels for a start. They're going to need squirrels that behave themselves. So that's either going to be straight away CGI'd onto live action or just make it animated. And I think if we're looking at the same level of comedy as Bob's Burgers, which is definitely safe for families, but you might need the parents to explain a few things, I think that might be the sort of thing we're going for. Not Family Guy level. Sort of Simpsons sort of stuff.
Okay.
That'll be the level of comedy we're after, and I think it'll fall onto a family channel.
Well, that's interesting.
I hope so.
I had been thinking along the lines of, I mean, Squirrel Girl, yeah, she can talk to squirrels, and squirrels do things for her. But as power sets go, it's fairly low level. My thinking was, don't do a 20 odd episode thing, do like 10, 11, 12, whatever. Do it, like you say, 30-minute comedy, and just have a load of people who have shit power sets. Like, kind of, just a
Mole Man.
They're basically a bit of a joke in and of themselves, but when they come together and they get into a thing, they can actually achieve stuff.
You got Howard the Duck, Mole Man, Squirrel Girl.
Yeah, exactly. Like just obscure characters who don't have anything too flashy under their sleeves. So it wouldn't knacker up the budget too badly, and part of the joke is how shit they are, if you like. So, I mean, I don't think it's the kind of thing you can do for 20 odd episodes and still be funny when you're kind of doing the same joke over and over again. But you could do a limited series quite comfortably, I think. And
I don't think that sort of angle is something Marvel would put Squirrel Girl through. They're putting a lot of time and effort into empowering Squirrel Girl in the books, and there's an awful lot. I mean, last week there was a Squirrel Girl book which was basically a pure empowerment issue, and I don't think they'd ever agree to put the character through that, even if that was part of the joke.
Well,
I don't think they'd. I think it's a little bit too. I think they own that property a little bit too much. A lot of the other characters, no problem. They'd happily put Howard the Duck through that treatment, but I don't think they'd ever put Squirrel Girl through that. Just even if you lose one viewer by then going, "Oh, this isn't Squirrel Girl. This is not what she's like. She's supposed to be this, this, and this." That's too much for them.
I think it depends how you approach it, because, like, we talk about making that part of the joke, it doesn't necessarily mean that the character is a joke, and she could be the straight. There's always like the straight man in a show who they're like the audience's eyes, and she can be more like, even though she's got this kind of absurd power, she's normal, she's smart, she is trying to do the right thing, and she's surrounded by buffoons. And while she can still be empowered, but in that sort of comedic environment, do you know what I mean? So I don't know if it's necessarily completely off the table for her to still be an empowered character while she's surrounded by morons.
Would a Parks and Rec style work in this
documentary thing?
I think it could work. Like, you have Squirrel Girl putting together this team.
I would absolutely love
that. That sounds great, actually. And when you think about the New Warriors, they were being followed around by a TV crew.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's just Squirrel Girl just trying to make this work, trying to make this world a better place.
Yeah. Banging her head against the wall because nothing else goes right, and all these idiots that she surrounds herself with.
And it also kind of it won't happen unless crazy things happen post phase 4 or whatever. Then it leads to Star-Lord coming in or something like that, because Chris Pratt would work on TV, you know what I mean? Like, you might not get Iron Man, but you could imagine Star-Lord and Squirrel Girl just hanging out.
One thing I don't know is, I don't believe this will be canon with
it's not MCU.
To be fair, I don't know, but my expectation is that it won't be.
But that kind of ruins the TV universe.
They're pushing the TV universe away from the film universe. So while it is canon, they just don't interact. So we've got two canons.
Know how cool Spider-Man is or something like that. Like, I need that.
You don't.
I do. It's like Squirrel Girl fangirl is the best thing.
That is a big part of it, and her Twitter presence and stuff like that, chatting with Tony Stark on Twitter.
Exactly.
Things like that. They are.
Oh no, it could be because then it could go like fucking Supergirl season 1 where she texts Clark. Oh no. Oh no.
Well.
Hey Tony, what's good?
Oh no. I've now got this vision of Squirrel Girl sitting there in the office being interviewed. I think I've cultured this environment where I'm a friend first and a boss second. Probably an entertainer third, David Brent Squirrel Girl.
No, I really like that idea. I think, again, we probably should get hired, because there's some gold coming out.
I could do that. I mean, I'm a massive fan of Squirrel Girl. I'm a massive fan of Parks and Rec, so just come to me. I got this.
Just give Scott all the properties to play with, though.
I will
He needs
sure
a
run
full
the
canvas.
fuck out. I mean, it'll go horribly wrong, but
Fancy
squirrels.
taking over on Arrow.
I know.
Well, this,
Flash I would, but arrow. Oof.
this
I
discussion.
don't know how I could fix arrow. I just don't. I was like,